Previously on Heartland Season 12, Episode 4, we saw Peter getting some pie at Maggie's where Jane was manning the counter. Being that she is Maggie's manager, and the two of them bonded over Lou's constructive feedback since Peter has been on the receiving end of Lou's criticism many times. Peter admitted to Jane that with Kate being in New York with Lou and Georgie being so busy, he didn't quite know what to do with himself. So Jane offered him to stay at the diner for a little longer and enjoy some pie. Now another new episode of Heartland has graced our screens, and it had everything from trick riding to babysitting. So let's see where the show takes us in this episode. One of the main storylines of the episode was all about Georgie and Wyatt teaming up to help one of Georgie's trick riding idols. At the beginning of the episode, we saw Betty Thomas walk into Maggie's while Georgie was on shift, and Georgie instantly geeked out because Betty isn't just a regular customer. She is a trick riding legend that Georgie idolizes ever since her trick riding days. But unlucky for Georgie, Betty wasn't one of those happy to meet your fans legends. Rather, she was grumpy and mean to Georgie when she tried to talk to Betty. However, when Georgie told Jack and Amy about her encounter with Betty, it became clear why the former pro trick rider was the way she is. She and her husband had fallen on hard times and had to sell everything they owned, including Betty's horse Boots. And later her husband passed away, which really put Betty through the ringer. So Georgie was determined to help Betty reunite with her horse, and she roped Wyatt in to help her. So the two tracked Boots down, went to see him, and even talked to the manager of the place where Boots' new owner was keeping him to let them take Boots to Heartland for a day. So the next day, Georgie and Wyatt managed to talk Betty into coming to Heartland, and she was once again reunited with the horse. And after a trail ride and some showing off from both Georgie and then Betty, everyone was left in high spirits. Until Luke, the kid who we met in episode 3 and who was at Heartland for the weekend, let him loose. Similarly, during this episode, Luke was once again spending his time at Heartland Ranch. In fact, the episode started with Clint bringing Luke to Heartland for the weekend. And although Ty had mixed up the dates and thought that Luke was coming next weekend, he and Amy still kept their words and took Luke in. But despite Ty making some headway with Luke the previous time he was at Heartland, Luke posed quite a few challenges to Ty and Amy while he was in their care. At first, Luke got a little defensive when Ty and Amy said that they are glad that Luke is spending the weekend with them, because he thought that they are implying that Luke's mom leaves him alone on purpose. Then he tried to sneak out in the middle of the night after his mom wasn't answering his texts. And then he let Boots loose thinking that he's giving the horse a better life. Luckily, Ty was there for Luke. Instead of getting mad at Luke for freeing Boots, he talked to the boy and tried to get to the bottom of why Luke did what he did. And as it turns out, Luke let Boots go thinking that it would save Boots from having to go back to a bad home since Betty couldn't take care of her horse. Which, as Ty suspected, was more about Luke and his mom than the horse and the trick riding legend. So Ty asked Clint to bring Luke to Heartland more often so he could understand what was really going on with the boy. And since Amy decided to buy Boots after seeing how much Luke bonded with the horse, now Luke had one hell of a reason to want to come back to Heartland. The third storyline of the episode was everything to do with how frustrated Jack was with Tim living at the ranch. From previous episodes, we know that Jack was not happy about Tim moving in. But this episode, all those frustrations boiled over after Tim used the vintage wine Lisa sent Jack to cook his cedar planked salmon. So Jack told Tim to get out of his house, which Tim did. But he did not decide to rent a house or buy a new property. No. Instead, inspired by Amy and Ty's little camping trip in episode 4, Tim decided to get an RV, park it somewhere, and then live there. Jack also refused to let Tim park his new motorhome on his grounds, so Tim found somebody else who let him stay and set up camp there. But after Tim extended an olive branch to Jack in the form of a new expensive bottle of wine for Jack and Lisa to enjoy, at the end of the episode, Jack stopped by Tim's new place, and he even brought coffee and biscuits, which seemed like a goodwill gesture from Jack as well. It seems that everything will be okay between Jack and Tim after all, and they definitely are better together than apart. On the other hand, ever since Jade's fall and the following concussion diagnosis, she has been moping around her mom's house. So Tim invited Jade to Heartland for dinner, but since she arrived early, Tim put her on babysitting duty while dinner cooked and subsequently offered her babysitting services to Ty and Amy during dinner. And although Jade was reluctant to accept, she actually made a really good nanny. So this was for today's video. We hope you liked it. We will deliver more news of Heartland as it comes in. We will also have all the burning Heartland spoilers, updates and news you are looking for. So visit us regularly. Thank you for checking this video out. We will see each other very soon with another video. If you like this video, give us a like and subscribe to our channel for new videos every day. If you have anything to say, do let us know in the comment section below. We'll make sure to reply to your comments.